Hi everybody, welcome to Pampered Chef Live, our weekly cooking show. My name is Michael. I'm so glad to welcome you here. However you're feeling, wherever you're coming from, welcome. Let us know in the chat where you're coming from and join us for the fun in the live chat during this episode premiere. Today, Pampered Chef consultant Courtney will be teaching us how to make garlic parmesan wings and chicken fajita bites that will win any snack bracket at a game day gathering. If you miss a step, simply pause the video, go back and watch it again. You can find links to these recipes and to the featured products on our website, linked below on our live events page. You'll also find there a link to the survey where you can give us your feedback and have a chance to win one of our weekly product giveaways. So please give us your feedback. We'll contact survey participants by email. All right, friends, it is time to get started. Let's get cooking. Take it away, Courtney.
Hi, and welcome to Pampered Chef Live. My name is Courtney, and I have been a Pampered Chef consultant for 13 years this month. I am so excited to be coming to you today to prepare a recipe, actually we're gonna do two, that are gonna be perfect for game day, whether it's the big game, March Madness, or just an average Saturday night with your friends. And we are gonna be putting together the chicken fajita bites and the garlic parmesan wings. What I love about these is they're gonna come together in my trusty sidekick, the deluxe air fryer and oven. And the best news is they're gonna finish at the exact same time. You don't have to be a pro at timing when to start and stop things and doing your math to figure out when they're gonna be done. This guy's gonna take care of that for you. So come along, let's put it all together. So we need 3 green onions chopped up with half a cup of fresh cilantro. And we're gonna use the electric twist and chop to do so. Why? Because this is gonna make easy work. Now, do you have people in your life that don't like cilantro? Did you know it's actually genetic? Yes, that is a recessive gene. The people that don't like cilantro are actually super tasters. And so for them, it might taste like soap or burnt hair. It's a fun little party fact for you. So we're gonna clip that lid on. Here's the safety feature I love with having kids. This is actually not going to work until that lid is clipped into place. Once it's on, you've got the option to just run it and let it go on its own, or just pulse, little quick short bursts. The blade is gonna pulse up and down to make sure that everything gets mixed. Let's see how fast this goes. Yes, please. That is done and ready for the next steps. All right, we've done up the cilantro and the onions. The next thing that we're gonna be adding in is some of our mozzarella cheese. Now, a little tip for you, always buy your own block of cheese, grate it yourself. It's way cheaper and it's just cheese. There's no additives and anti-clumping agents. But before you're gonna use something like a mozzarella that's a little bit more soft, toss it in the freezer for about half an hour before you need to grate it so that it's going to grate easier. It's not going to sort of mush and smear everywhere. And what I love about the adjustable coarse grater is whether you're gonna use it straight up and down like this, flat over top of a bowl or a plate to feel really fancy, or to fold it flat and have that guard and tuck it into a drawer. This is versatile because I mean, those box graters, what do the other 3 sides do for you besides cut your fingers open? We are going to keep going with assembling the filling for the chicken fajita bites, and it calls for 2 cups of chopped chicken, or about 1 large chicken breast. You can use leftover, you can barbecue, you can air fry it, you can smoke it, you can even use a rotisserie chicken and pull off and shred those pieces. I have just a chicken breast cooked up, and we're actually gonna use the salad choppers to shred it or chunk it up. Why? Because it doesn't have to be perfect. This is literally a filling. So we're gonna get right in there and just chop them all up. What I love about using the stainless steel bowl is I'm not worried about it breaking or scratching, and we can get all of that chunked up into our little bits before we add in those other things that we've prepped. How easy was that? Let's pull this all together. We need half of our green onion cilantro mix. We're gonna leave the other half right in here because we're gonna use it a little bit later to make the topping for it. We're gonna use half of our cheese mixture. I love the easy read measuring cups because you don't have to get down onto the counter to look and see how much you've got in there. It's angled for you for that exact reason. Now we're gonna add in 1 garlic clove. What I love about the garlic press is you don't have to peel this. You're gonna put that in, give it a good squeeze. Then you're gonna take your Barbie brush Tell me that cleaning tool doesn't look like a little Barbie brush. You can scrape off the outside. Oh, we had some sneak out of there. Let's get all of that in. We need all the garlic. There we go, get a little bit more out. And then you can use that cleaning tool to scoop it right out. Your hands aren't gonna smell like a garlic. Now we need a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, I lied, of either chili lime, a Southwest seasoning mix, anything along those lines, whatever your flavor palette prefers or what your family likes. And I'm gonna use the measuring spoons. What I love about these is they're designed to fit right into your spice jars. So you don't have to worry about pouring it all over the place and trying to level it out, pouring yourself too much. Now I only need a tablespoon of this right now. Of course, see, I'm not getting a little ahead of myself. And then we're gonna add the mayonnaise that's really gonna pull it all together. If you have never seen the Measure All, this is your introduction to a wet and a dry measuring cup in one. So the wet is going to go on the side that is pointing up into the blue side. Now mine's a little bit older, so it might be blue and green. Mine is blue and that maroon color. We're gonna use the dry side or the sticky side, and we're actually gonna push it down to the 1/3 cup. In there, we are going to scoop our mayonnaise in to measure out 1/3 of a cup. And what I love about using this for mayonnaise, Greek yogurt, sour cream, peanut butter, ketchup, molasses, barbecue sauce, honey, anything that's going to stick, is when you plunge this in to wherever you need it, it takes all of your ingredient. You're not left scraping the bottom, trying to scoop it out of a traditional measuring cup. And look at this. It literally takes it all out of there. And it's so easy to clean because it comes apart like this. So now we're gonna go ahead and mix this all together. This is our filling that we're gonna put into our peppers that we're gonna prepare next. This is so good. I have made this so many times for cooking shows or for quick appies. And what I love about it is you can also make it vegetarian. You could use 2 cups of rinsed black beans in place of the chicken. If you need it dairy-free, go ahead and use a vegan mayonnaise and a dairy-free cheese. And it is super easy to adjust that way. Did I mention that it's also gluten-free? All right, let's jump over to the peppers. Now that we've finished the filling for the fajita bites, we're gonna make the pepper boats that are gonna go underneath all of that filling, get covered with cheese and get tossed in the air fryer. So we're gonna clean those out using the pepper core. You can see this is a 2-part tool. The big one is great for our bell peppers, and that smaller one is great for jalapenos. Now you'll see the loop on the other end is serrated on both sides, and we're gonna use that to clean out our pepper. Get all the seeds and those sort of spines off the side. I'm gonna use my garbage bowl because it makes it easy to show you how we're gonna use this. You're gonna line up that cylinder over top of the stem and give it just a little gentle twist. It is serrated, so it's gonna do some of the work for you. Twist all the way around, and look at that. It comes right out inside. And what's really good to note about this is look how little pepper is being wasted. Groceries are expensive right now, so don't be throwing out any more than you have to be. Now, if you like to make a stuffed pepper, this tool is great because check this out. I didn't have to wreck the whole pepper and get in there and trying to be hacking it up with a paring knife or something. This tool is gentle enough, but gets the job done. So once we can get all of those seeds cleaned out, give it a little shake and get that last piece of the stem there that's being tricky on the bottom. There we go. Then we're just gonna cut this into 6 wedges. And for that, I love to use my chef's knife. Now it doesn't matter which chef's knife you use. I'm using the one from the Foundations knife set. I love this set. It's so elegant. I love that the block can be stored upright on the counter or tucked into the drawer flat. But I want to teach you a little tip with using your chef's knife. You're not going to hold on to it here. This is a weapon in your hand. You're actually going to pinch the blade with your thumb and your forefinger, and then you're going to wrap the rest of your fingers around the blade. Now this is an extension of your arm. It's going to take some stress off your wrist and make those big jobs easier. So no perfect cut. We just sort of want 6 little boats. If you've got a larger pepper, you might want to, like this one, I'm actually going to make it 7 because I'm a rebel. But then we're going to line those up on our tray with the rest of the peppers that we're going to do, and then use our medium scoop to scoop the filling in there. So let's go do that. This is where I love that thumb hole on the stainless steel bowls, because it makes holding onto the bowl easy when you are grabbing and taking a dough or a filling or a batter out of there. Now we are going to use our medium scoop to fill our little pepper boats as we're going along. If you have any leftovers of this filling, it goes great in a tortilla with some scrambled eggs, probably on some rice, you name it. But it is a great little leftover to have in your fridge. Ooh, those ones are small. Now we're going to use that leftover cheese that we had from the beginning and just sprinkle it all over the top. Now, if you did a little more than the cup that it calls for, there's no cheese police coming to get you. Extra cheese is always okay in our house. Now, we are going to get our chicken wings ready so that we can toss these all in the air fryer to start at the same time. Now, the deluxe air fryer and oven comes with its own cooking guide, which is great because it helps get you that head start with what to cook when you pull it out of the box. So the garlic parmesan chicken wings that are in here are so good. We love to make them, and we're gonna put them together now. The first step is actually using 2 teaspoons of baking powder over the wings that you've already patted down to get some excess moisture off of them. But this baking powder is going to help make sure that they are extra crispy, along with the heat and crisp setting of the air fryer. Once that is in, we're gonna toss them and make sure it's fully coated all over the wings before we add our seasoning. Again, this is where that really good crisp and crunch comes from that you get from a deep fried wing at a pub, but this way it's a little bit healthier for you. Now that that's all mixed around, we've got some paprika, some garlic powder, and some black pepper, and we're gonna add a little bit of salt as well. I love with the salt and pepper grinder set that you can actually fill from the top, and you don't have to worry about the stem or the shaft in the middle getting in the way. You don't have to tip it over to fill it. They're super easy to fill, and with that carrying capability of the stand, they're beautiful to go from beside your stove to on the table when you're serving. Now, once those are all mixed around and evenly seasoned, we are going to add them to the prepared trays of the air fryer. Put a cutting board underneath so that when you are spraying them, you are not spraying all over your counter or holding it up and spraying it into the mystic of your kitchen, and then load up our chicken wings onto there. One feature that I love on the deluxe air fryer and oven is something that customers were asking for in the previous model, and that is an on-off button. So to turn it on, we're gonna wake it up. It's gonna greet us with a let's get cooking. And then we're going to use the sync finish. Remember I said we were gonna do 2 different temps and 2 different times on the top and the bottom. So for the bottom, we're gonna go to heat and crisp. We're gonna push the button. We're gonna select 375 degrees for 30 minutes. We're gonna adjust the temperature to 375. We're gonna hit the button and it's gonna prompt us to go to the top. Now, we need this. We're gonna do stone bake because we're cooking on that stone. We're gonna do 400. Look how customizable this is. And we're gonna do that for, let's go about 10 minutes. Now, what's great about this is I've got 30 minutes here and 10 minutes here, but we're gonna load everything and it's going to start this one when it needs to make sure that these finish at the same time. Let's get the preheat going before it tells us to add the food. All right, it's telling us to add food. Now, if I was only using one compartment, I would just open one door or the other, but because I need to open and get all the food in, we are going to open both up at the same time. We're gonna slide our chicken wings in on the bottom. And we're gonna slide our stone in on the top. Now remember, it's not gonna start until it's time for that top one. All right, we have about a minute left on the deluxe air fryer and oven. That has got those chicken fajita bites in the top, the chicken wings in the bottom, and then the last 5 minutes on that heat and crisp setting, it actually cranks that bottom right up to 450 to get that nice crispy skin. Now I've got some butter, some garlic, some Italian seasoning melted in the classic batter bowl. It calls for chili flakes too, but if I put those in, my kids won't eat it. I'm also gonna grate up some fresh Parmesan cheese. Remember I said it is way cheaper and way more delicious to buy the big chunk. Well, I get hooked up with the big chunk because we go through a lot of Parmesan cheese around here. Again, with those adjustable graters, this is that adjustable zester. You can use this for citrus or for Parmesan cheese, chocolate, anything that you need really finely grated. So we are going to mix together 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, and I'm gonna use the large scoop because our scoops, the medium is 2 tablespoons, the large is 3 tablespoons, and it makes for really quick, easy mixing. We've also got some apple cider vinegar, honey, and salt, and then our Parmesan cheese. How's that for timing? That just beeped. We're gonna toss them in here. And remember I said earlier with the electric twisted chop that we had one more use for that as well? We're gonna use half a cup of Greek yogurt. It's always Greek yogurt in this house, but you could use sour cream if you've got that as well. Nobody's complaining about the extra protein these days. They love the Greek yogurt for that. We're gonna add this in. This is gonna be a dip or a drizzle for those chicken fajita bites. I'm not plugged in. Where's my cameraman? There we go. So we don't have to dirty another dish. We've already used this one. We just left those onions and cilantro in there. So now we're gonna put it all together and we're gonna have appies ready to go. Hear the crisp on those. All right, they are all done. We are going to plate up the peppers on the long platter and sauce cup set. I'm using one of the pasta bowls from the anniversary dinnerware set because how perfect is that for the chicken wings? Now, whatever you are snacking for, I hope that these were some great recipes that you're gonna throw into your toolbox to pull out when it's time for you to host. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Courtney. I'm feeling inspired to make these myself and also feeling pretty hungry right now. Before we go, I want to briefly tell you all about some exciting offers that we have available for the rest of February, which is not much longer, so pay attention. This is your last chance to get our last chance sale, 15% off some of our products that are retiring at the end of the month. Check our website for the full list of last chance sale products and learn more about any of these products with your consultant. Hey, and if 15% off isn't enough, how about 60% off? Now's a great time to schedule a shopping party with your friends and family for March. You can get 60% off any one item with qualifying party sales. Just talk to your consultant now to book your online or in-person party. Lastly, if you're looking for a way to earn some extra income on your own schedule, this is a great time to start your own side hustle as a Pampered Chef consultant. For just a few more days, you can start your business with the fan favorite electric twist and chop kit for just $30 in the United States or $40 in Canada. Talk to your consultant to learn more. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back same time next week with another episode of Pampered Chef Live from our test kitchen led by Sandy. Don't forget to use the links below to see today's featured recipes and products, and again, to fill out that survey for a chance to win our weekly product giveaway. Also, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, it would be great if you did that. Helps us reach more people with this, and you can get notifications from YouTube as well. That's all from me, friends. We'll see you next time. Thanks again, and happy cooking. Bye-bye.